This is the Rays POSTCAST, your instant game reaction to the Tampa Bay Rays, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Tampa Bay Rays POSTCAST, your spot for instant Rays reaction after every single game. My name is Jonathan Shields. Make sure you guys go follow me on Twitter at Johnny10Shields. Super active over there like usual. And big deep breath, everyone. Just my goodness. It just cannot get closer than what it just was. The Rays, when they win games like this, they never make it easy. They take the lead and they give it up. They take the lead and then they almost give it up. And Garrett Cleavinger, Kevin Kelly all help save the day. We need to talk about how Kevin Kelly and Garrett Cleavinger were big time, how the offense was, I thought, locked in the entire night. Man, I'm telling you what, besides that outlier game in Cleveland against the lefty, who they're going to see again at Steinbrenner, by the way, coming up, the Rays offense has been really locked in. It's been a joy to see. And so has the team for the most part. And we got to talk about it. Things are starting to get interesting, but we have to talk about the future face and probably the present face of the Rays franchise, Junior Caminero.
This is what you'll be talking about.
He's just a special player. And the way that he's kind of Randy-esque in how he feels the moment. He senses the moment. And he goes and grabs it. And it's Randy-esque during 2020 and 2021 when Randy was really doing his thing. And I think we all thought tonight that Randy was going to hit go ahead a 3-run home run in that ninth inning. He came up in the seventh as well in a big spot. But it starts in the first inning with Junior with an RBI single. And the thing that the Mariners did, which I never get, is why baseball teams either put when runners on third, you're going to leave them back, especially in the first inning, or you're going to bring the team in. The Mariners on the left side of the infield put them in between, which I think is idiotic. I mean, it still limits their range and if a slow ground ball is hit you still might not get the runner at third. And that plagued the Mariners, and Junior singled. And then every single time the Rays needed him, he came through. In the sixth, he tied that game on just the ball. If you're listening on podcast, it might be hard to illustrate. Imagine a strike zone. So imagine if you guys are watching on YouTube, imagine the strike zone like this. The ball was right here inside, and he turned and burned on it, and it was a no-doubter. Home run in all 30 parks. Just special. There is only probably 10 people in baseball that can make that swing. And the Rays just happen to have one. He just happens to have just turned 22 years old. Just special stuff. Special stuff from Junior today. Then you get to the biggest point, which I thought was the turning point of the game, which happened in the seventh inning.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I mentioned that home run was his 40th of the year. Then he got his 100th RBI on a 2-run go-ahead double in the seventh inning, man. Just special stuff. Seeing special pitches. Thought Yandy had a great at-bat before that, too. He fouled off really 2 huge sliders before eventually walking. Junior, too, barely got a piece of a slider. Cal Raleigh wanted that fastball up above the zone. It ended up basically middle. Junior turned and freaking burned on it again, man. Just a special player. 105 off the bat. 4 RBIs, up to 40 and 100 on the year. Let me guys know in the comments what you guys think of Junior and just this Rays win, man. I can't say enough about Junior. And there's a few parts. The Rays offense, we're going to talk about the Rays offense. They were locked in all night. They got on Brian Wu early, and they should have been up more. We go to the third inning, and I was texting all my friends when the Rays did not score in the third inning, when Josh Lowe just ripped, I think it was 105 off the bat. Great play by the second baseman. Get the force out. Don't score the run from second. And then Jake Mangum, his second and third, and he, again, rips one right up the middle, hits Brian Wu in the back, of course, bounces right to first base. That ball is not like some other balls when it hits the pitcher. And that ball was going up the middle. And it's just, of course, that break for the Rays. In the very next inning, Drew Rasmussen gives up 3 home runs in an inning. And that was his first time he's given up 3 runs in a game since the end of June. So it just shows the Rays are putting up constant pressure all night. And then I thought it was so big in the third because you knew Brian Wu was going to settle in eventually. Struck out the side in the fourth, 1, 2, 3 in the fifth. And then that's why Junior getting him in the sixth I thought was so big. And it just allowed everyone to ease in a little bit, to say the least. So in the sixth, the Rays were able to get 2 more. Thought Tristian Gray did a really good job of just doing it, getting bat on ball right there. And I think it says a lot about what Kevin Cash especially thinks about Carson Williams. And this is no hate on Carson Williams. you let your franchise shortstop hit in that situation if you have the most trust in him. Last year, the Rays were not pinch hitting for Junior in that situation when he came up in an at-bat like that. I think it is really telling and something that is a little was the covers about how the Rays might think about Carson Williams, thinking that they did not let him hit in that spot. And they went to Tristian Gray, a guy that was a journeyman up until this year. And I guess he's had a few nice at-bats, but that might be something to circle back to. And of course, Fiducia just lined one. And of course, Naylor was right there, made a good play. And right there, when the Rays only scored one, it was like, oh, that's not good. And then Uceta comes in. And when Uceta, you can tell early, and I've talked about this before, you can tell early when Uceta is not right. And you can tell early, first two pitches that Uceta was not right in this one. And he battled. Shout out Luke Rayleigh, actually, for putting that line down. And it was big on him to only give up the one run. And then how about Kevin Kelly, man? I mean, just ostracized by Rays Nation. Went down to the minors and just kept working. We're talking about Eric Gorski coming up. Kevin Kelly comes back up. Guess what was the biggest out of the game? Struck out Cal Raleigh, who's going to finish runner-up in MVP. In the seventh inning, we talked about Junior getting the double, and it was about time Chandler Simpson got a blue pit. Rays were due for one of those, man. It usually evens out eventually. Kevin Kelly comes back in the eighth and just shuts down three of the four best hitters for the Mariners. And then we go to the eighth where the Rays go down in order, and then the ninth. The issue I have with the ninth inning, Griffin Jax is 0 for 6 saves this season. He did not record a save all year. You have three lefties up. Garrett Cleavinger was warming up. I don't know why Kevin Cash should not go to him. I tweeted this. Kevin Cash has forgotten more about baseball than I will ever know. But the fact that we did not go to Cleavinger in that situation when he was already warming, just not good. And when you're up 2, you can't walk kids. You can't walk people. Griffin Jack walks both people. And that ball that walked the second batter was a ball. It was outside. Yes, it's borderline, but it was a ball. And it was a good pitch. It's not a good pitch 3-2 when you have no one out and you already walked the first guy. And then it's the same thing with Shane Baz when it started in Cleveland. When you give up free passes, when you give up walks, I don't have any pity for you when you give up a blue pit like you did to load the bases. And then I don't know why Tristian Gray didn't tag the guy roaming off second base, but Garrett Cleavinger came in and just shut it down, man. So Garrett Cleavinger has been the Rays' best relief pitcher this year. He has been just nails. I also think it's telling that the Rays did not go to Pete Fairbanks there. And that is telling. Do not let that skim by. That is a trust thing, I think, with the Rays and Pete, because he didn't pitch yesterday. And I don't think he pitched Sunday. Yes, he did. Did he? Yes, he did. I'm just thinking. I'm not looking. I'll go back and look at the stats. But I'm pretty sure that he pitched Sunday. But still, he didn't pitch yesterday. He was available, and he's been the Rays pitcher. He did pitch Sunday. And in this past 2 outings, both against the Nationals, he gave up 2 hits. He blew the save against Cleveland. He blew the save his other time out, one time below that against the Yankees. There was some lack of trust there, I think. And we'll touch more on that, and we'll look ahead to see how the Rays can potentially sweep the Mariners right after this. This episode is brought to you by Upside. Hey, Rays fans, are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code SEASON and get an extra 25 cents off per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already needed. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now. Use my limited time promo code SEASON for a limited time 25-cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SEASON. Offers vary based on user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. This episode is also brought to you by Game Time. There's nothing like catching a baseball game live. The energy of the crowd, the chance to see your team in person, but actually getting tickets, that's the tough part. Queues, login screens, surprise freeze, it takes the fun out of all of it. That's why I use Game Time, the app that gives the advantage back to give the advantage back to fans. Game Time is fast and easy and backed by Game Time guarantee. You'll always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all the fees are included. So the price you see is the price you pay. You guys know I've been to a bunch of games this year, and Game Time showing where you're going to sit and having the fees be included is the things I love the most. Download the Game Time app and create an account. Use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket. Go download Game Time today. And lastly, this episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth. Whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments, and when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data, visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. The thing I love most about Monarch is it shows you the stuff that you're wasting your money on. If you're spending too much on subscriptions or DoorDash or stuff like that, it shows you that and shows you how you can reinvest that money. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off at your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Again, guys, if you guys are in the live, please make sure to leave a like and comment. There's 17 of you in right now, so I better see 17 likes on live when I go and edit afterwards. So again, there were more people. We had around 25 in here earlier. So again, if you guys are in, leave a like and comment, and we will get to the comments momentarily. Things are getting interesting. The Rays are 3.5 games back. Rays could really use the Rangers to lose tonight, honestly. So the Royals already lost. The Guardians already lost. The Rays are back at 500, man. You got to appreciate the fight of this team. It has been impressive to see this team fight and continue to just have faith in the process of what they're doing. And it's been some special stuff from this team. But the Rays now sit 3.5 games back. You win tomorrow, you're 2.5 games back. It's going to be a tall task. Adrian Hauser versus George Kirby. Talked about George Kirby a little bit before. 8-6 with a 3.9 ERAs last time out against Cleveland. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned. He did get roughed up 2 starts ago against the Mets. 12 hits, 7 earned. But he's a really good pitcher. And for my money, he's the best pitcher that the Mariners have. He is really good. He played against the Rays last year, went 6 innings, 4 hits, only 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. He's had success against the Rays in the past. 2 years ago, he faced the Rays again and went 6 1/3, 5 hits, 4 earned. Actually lost that game. So last 2 outings against the Rays, he's 1-1 with 2 kind of completely different outcomes. So yeah, Harold Ramirez and Rene Pinto hit home runs in that game. If that makes any of you guys feel old. That was a special Rays year that year. But let's go ahead and get to the comments because yes, things are about to get interesting. Let's start with Mitchell Peters. Mitchell Peters just is just a great name, great pitcher. He says, "So glad the bullpen pulled through." I am too, especially because Scrivener Jacks almost gave it away. And can't say enough about Garrett Cleavinger. I'm telling you, very telling, very very telling that the Rays did not go to Pete in that situation. So thanks for your comment, Mitchell. That's a fantastic comment. As we go, Jack's takes. He says Kevin Kelly really made the most of his return tonight. Looked like his old stuff, throwing heat, accurate and slippery, right in the zone. Yeah, that high fastball up to Cal Raleigh struck him out. That's some special stuff, man. It is beyond clutch. As we go to Gary says, what an amazing job by Garrett Cleavinger coming into the bases loaded, no out situation in the ninth, and exercising himself out to preserve the win. Junior enters a 40 homer, 100 RBI club. Great win. Yeah, and it's a season-saving win. If the Rays lost that game, you're really looking at a spot like, man, that is the final gut punch for the Rays. As we go back to Gary says, Rays get back to 500 and pass the Guardians. Royals, Rangers, Mariners still ahead of them. Take them one game, one at a time. Hopefully the Rays complete the sweep tomorrow. Look, yes, the Royals are ahead of them. I'm more worried about the Royals than the Rangers. The Rangers have their 2 best players out. Eovaldi and Seager are out. They go to Houston after this series that they're going with the Diamondbacks right now. So, look, anything can happen. They still have a lot of good players. Wyatt Langford is still playing over there. Marcus Semien is still playing over there. Look, they have good players on the roster, but Rangers loss to be very beneficial for the Rays. Right now they sit 4.5 back. I don't even know the last time the Rays were 4.5 back in the wild card. It feels, I think when they were in Seattle, maybe that they might have been, but it just speaks to the fight. They were 7.5 games back going into the National Series. Just Specials. We go to Jose Rodriguez. Our bats are hot. Let's keep it that way. 100%. The bats look like they did during June. So I said yesterday this series can't turn into the Cleveland series, and so far it hasn't. But the Rays can't have a game tomorrow where George Kirby goes 7 innings, 2 hits, no earned, right? And Adrian Hauser doesn't get any run support because Hauser faced the Mariners earlier this year, gave up 3 runs in the first inning, and then shut them down after that. Hopefully we see Adrian Hauser continue that momentum. As good as Sarah, she said, can't believe we won the series. Hopefully they get the sweep. Need the sweep. If you don't get the sweep, it feel like a little bit of a letdown. 5 wins in a row for the Rays, man. We talked about yesterday. 4 wins in a row was the most of the second half. This is the type of stuff they need if they really want to get back into it. So we got a Mike Gage who said they showed the spray chart for his 40 home runs for Junior. It was evenly distributed across the field. Foul pole to foul pole power, man. Like Junior, like BA said, big time. As we go to Calista Shields, she said, do the Rays actually have a chance in the wild card? Yeah, now they do. You win tomorrow and you really put yourself in a position because it gets hard for the Rays after the next 2 series. You get Cleveland, you get Chicago. You need to clean up there. And then you face the Cubs, you face Boston, who's owned you this year. You face Toronto, who you've been really good against this year. Then you face I'm already blanking on people. And then you face Baltimore and Toronto again. Like it gets harder. It gets harder. The Rays need to take advantage of these games, and that's what they're doing right now. Let's go to Raul here. He goes, Junior's a man. This version of the team just feels better. It does. I 100% agree. As we go to Sarah, she says, front office needs to give Junior a blank check and give him whatever number he writes. I don't disagree. I would sign him instantly. So go to Andre APK. First of all, dope profile picture, little avatar Rays fan. He says, hi, bro. Hi. Thanks for joining. I think that's your first comment. As we go to Creole Southpaw, he says, we have to keep winning these games if we want to complete the Cinderella season, have to win them all in Cleveland. Their team's fighting for position 4. Yeah, it is. I said before, the Rays probably need to go 6-1 in this homestand to really feel good about themselves going into that stretch in Chicago against the White Sox and the Cubs. And yeah, I still feel that, go 6-1, preferably win tomorrow, go 3-1 against Cleveland. So John Fowler says, let's go, boys. Big win tonight. Keep it going. 100%. Need to keep this momentum going. So, yeah, guys, I appreciate all the support. Again, there are 20 viewers watching right now. I better see 20 likes on this video and hopefully 20 comments on the replay. I see our guy Gary comment on the replay. I appreciate you, Gary. But yeah, guys, the more engagement you get, the more exposure the postcast gets, and the bigger and more special things that we can do with it. As we go to Groove, and he says, such an incredible run. Really exciting to start the bullpen, a real fit playoff chase at this point. Yeah, it starts to really feel like a real playoff chase at this point. You are 100% right. But look, I really think George Kirby is a very, very good pitcher this year. George Kirby is worse against left-handed hitters. He's lefties hitting 258 against them. So I wonder if that leads to a Tristian Gray start tomorrow. And Richie Palacio's got a second straight start at DH. I really think Richie is going to play darn near every day going forward because the Rays need to get a look at Richie to make the decision if he's going to be on this roster next season. So I expect Richie to be in the lineup tomorrow. It's going to be interesting if they go Carson over Tristian Gray tomorrow. I would expect Carson. I think the reason why you DFA'd Hassan Kim is to give Carson Williams the everyday shortstop reps. But there's 2 things that were really telling to me today. One of them was the Rays pinch hitting for Carson Williams in that spot. The other one was P. Fairbanks not coming out in the 9th in his normal spot. So we'll monitor those going forward. But, man, if you would have told me 5 days ago there was going to be 4.5 back with 24 to play, I would have said you're crazy. But here we are, man. Here we are. It's going to be hopefully a fun end to the season. And the Rays can get greedy now. You win tomorrow, and all of a sudden things really, really open up. So Rays are now 4.5 back in the wild card. You win tomorrow, you get to 3.5 back. And then you go from there. So, excuse me. I've been misspeaking. The Rays are already 3.5 back. I might have said that earlier. The Rays are already 3.5 back. You win tomorrow, you get to 2.5 back. And that's why it's even more crucial for the Rangers to lose, hopefully. And, yeah, the Rays are getting hot at the right time. And I'm super proud of the competitive nature of this team in order to – I tell you what, man, they've had a lot of just KO knockdown blows dealt to them, and they pick themselves off the mat every single time. That is something incredibly something that you can admire about a team regardless of what sport it is. So I give a lot of credit to Kevin Cash for that, and a lot of credit to the leaders in the locker room for that. So again, we'll wrap it there, guys. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow night. Hopefully, the Rays will be 2.5 games back by that point. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.